where Marmabhigata is causing Shitatva in the body. And Lavana, it causes retaining the water, fluid retention is caused by the Lavana. And Madhura, it is an energy source. There is no chances to lose the energy. Person will not lose energy. Person will maintain the Agni Gunatva. Person will retain the fluid in the body, as sodium has a nature to retain the water in the body. More consumption of sodium causes water retention. So that's what I feel as Amla Rasa is involved here. But in some of the Vata Vyadhis, we can never give this Amla Rasa. Especially the turmeric. In some conditions, when it is associated with Pitta, particularly when it is associated with Pitta, it is very difficult. But you can give Madhura Rasa. But a cardiac patient, hypertension patient, it is a Vata Vyadhi, where it is disturbance of Rakta is there. So, Amla and Lavana can never be administered here when it is related with the hypertension condition, because Rakta association is there. There you may require Madhura Tikta Kashaya has to be given there. So the Madhura Amla Lavana has to be considered in the Marmabhigata also. Snigdha Ushna Upakrantehe. Snigdha and Ushna. Ruksha and Shita. The first property is what we have seen. Ruksha and Shita properties. Snigdha again helps for the Lagu property also. It increases the Gurutva. Snigdha increases Gurutva. So Snigdha Ushna application can be done, where Vata can be pacified. Sneha Sweda Asthapan Anuvasana Karma Beshadan Abhyange. So all these upakramas which has been explained for Vata can be administered. I wanted to explain more, but I am not in a state of, I'm sorry, but a lot of energy loss has been there. I started getting headache. It is 2 hours speaking, which in such a flow. Just imagine each and every word you can find out how it can be implemented in the Marmabhigata. This is the best line of treatment for every Marmabhigata, you can adopt it. But the selection of drug, I cannot say. It is you have to decide at the time of Marmabhigata. And that is the best physician's quality. That is the reason Acharyas have never given any line of treatment specifically for the Marmabhigata. Contraindicated procedures near Marma. Chedana, Bhedana, Abhigatebhyo, Dahana, Dharana api, Upagatam, Vijaniyan, Marmanam, Tulya Lakshanam. In this particular near to the places of Marma, you should not do Chedana, Bhedana, Abhigata, Dahana. But now there is a concept of acupressure, Chinese method, that is being incorporated into the concept of Marma. Everybody is been following some of the points which are related to the acupuncture points have been considered. They have also been considered Bahir Kurpara, Anta Kurpara, new Marmas they have been creating. There is no Bahir Kurpara, Anta Kurpara. Only one Kurpara Marma only. And they are trying to pressure in this region. They are saying that Bahir Kurpara Marma, Antar Kurpara Marma. Give pressure on that. It will be reduced. I don't understand. The concept of Marma has not been understood in a right sense. And it is very clearly it has been told that Chedana, Bhedana, Abhigata also means injury, means pressure also is not indicated there. Dahana, Agni Karma should not be done there, near to the Marma at all. Just avoid that place because it is very vital one. Very, very vital one. You try to give the pressure from the far places, not in the near places to the Marma Vigata. So this has to be kept in our mind whenever we are treating any disease, irrespective of diseases. Wherever there is a relation of Marma, you should always think of this point. And never try to relate the other sciences with this science. When you try to mix up both, it is not a right treatment as such. I feel you have a knowledge. You can have the knowledge of that Marma, that concept, but never try to say this. This is the already has been explained in our science. No. That concept is completely different because I have done my PG diploma in acupuncture. Only. There is a relation of Pancha Mahabhutas, but there is a slight variation in understanding that. But don't club together. It is my humble request. Understand the science in a Ayurvedic point of view only. Just Vata treatment line of methods which has been explained. Just follow that. You will get a wonderful result in all the Marma Vighatas. Maybe internal or external, you consider about that. Don't forget. Don't bother about that. But generally, here this concept is based on Abhighata only. Injury based only. Acharya Shushruta's concept is based mainly on injury based only. It is not internal injury. The internal injury is being explained by Acharya Charaka, where he has explained about Trimarmi Adhyayam. That is the reason Acharya Charaka, he doesn't want about or not 7 marmas detail. As a physician, internally how these marmas are going to be affected and what are the systemic diseases which can be occurred, those diseases have been explained. And 3 marmas are Shiro, Hrudaya, Basti. Where these 3 are affected, the whole body can be affected. When there is a disturbance in the Shiras, definitely the whole body will be affected. Hrudaya is affected, whole body is affected. Basti is affected, whole body is affected. Not Guda, he is not considered about. As physiological concept. This is based on physiological concept, not on injury basis. Charaka has never explained about injury based. Based on physiology, these 3 are, when they are affected, it will affect the whole body. When bladder is affected, whole body will be disturbed. When Hrudaya is affected, whole body will be disturbed. When Shiras is affected, whole body will be affected. So the concept of Acharya Charaka's Marma is completely different from the concept of Acharya Shushruta. There is a lot of variation between both the Acharyas itself. And how we can club the acupressure with the Marma? I don't think so. This is my view. I'm not saying that you should accept whatever I say. This is what I feel. And if you have any doubts or if you want to put a question to me, you are always welcome. Marma nadishtanihi he vikara murchanti kaye vibidha naranam prayena te krichatam bhavanti narasya yatnerapi sadhyamanaha. Very difficult to be cured. If it is very difficult, it is cured. If it is a sadhya to cure also, it's very difficult to cure. When the marmas are associated with the diseases. Murchanti kaye vibidha naranam. And marmas diseases are related kosta, madhyama marga rogma. Marmas, because Acharya Charaka has also been explained, marmas can be affected. And that is caused due to madhyama roga marga. And you find all the 3 marmas are in madhyama roga marga only, in the center of the body only. Sira, Hrudaya, Basti are mainly situated in the medial plane of the, closely related to the medial plane of the body. Marmabhigatastuna kadachit yo alpa api niratyo va prayena marma swabhigatastu vaikalya. So he says any injury to the marma, it is not big or severe or less severe. It is sure that it can be leading to deformity or death. Any one is sure when marma is injured. By coming to conclusion, Ayurveda is a unique eternal Shastra, tells about the mode of life. No other Shastra tells. This is the only one science which tells about how to live a life in a healthy manner. Ayurveda is the earliest Shastra which has given emphasis on swasthasya swastha rakshanam. We are least bothered about this definition, swasthasya swastha rakshanam. Nobody is bothered about this one. When Ayurvedic way of life is adhered, a person can stay away from diseases and enjoy a long, fruitful and healthy life. Ayurveda is the only Shastra which tells to construct a bridge between body and mind, which is clearly seen in the context of Hridaya Marma. Also, all the Saddha Pranahara Marmas, all the Marmas are related with mind, because every Marma has a relation with these three. That is, Sattva Rajas Tamas are related in every Marma. As Marma contains Soma Marda Tejamsi, Rajo Sattva Tamamsi. These structures are related with every Marma. Manas is also connected to every Marma. So it's a bridge between the body and mind. Between the mind and body, these Marmas plays a big role, where that is a big topic which has to be considered. How to maintain a body structures, then automatically mind becomes all right. That is the reason, has a relation between the body mind relation is there with this. This Trigunas are also present in the every Marma point, as life is existed in every Marma. So whatever we know today, only the heart will be knowing today, but the head will be knowing tomorrow. If you have any doubts, you can ask. And Sarve Jana Sukhino Bhavantu. Wish you all a good health. Stay in and be safe. And thank you one and all. And once again, I'm thankful to the principal, Dr. Sudhir, who has given me this opportunity to share, and to the members and faculty members of the Ayurveda College, staff, teaching or not teaching, everybody, and all the managing members or directors, everybody. And first of all, pranam to my mentor or guru or whoever it may be, whatever name, it's not sufficient. Padma Shri Krishnamarji sir, who is our godfather, like he has started the institution with a free education provided to everybody for almost 10 years or 15 years, where due to some reasons he could not able to continue that, but he has given 10 to 15 years for a free education to and free accommodation, free food for 10 to 15 batches. I am wholeheartedly thankful for him, and because of his institution, I am being here in this place right now, in this state or in this status. I'm thankful for Krishnamarji sir and all my gurus who has helped me to understand the science. And I'm just learning this science, and I request everybody to learn this science in a much better way and read this Shastra in the same manner. Don't never try to compare with modern comparisons. Thank you one and all. Thank you one and all.
Thank you so much, sir, for inspiring us to reach extraordinary heights in life, exceptionally stimulating, and that was very informative one, sir. Thank you once again, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Now let's move on to the question and answer session. So first question, how to treat Sarpa Damsha and Vrishika Damsha at Marmasthana, sir?
All whatever Vishavegas, madam, which has been causing Sarpadamsha or Vrishikadamsha, whatever it may be, the first kala which is going to be affected is Raktadara kala. As per the Vishavegas, in the Vishavegas, Raktadara kala is going to be affected. And when Raktadara kala is affected, naturally Vata gets aggravated there, because Snigdhatva is lost there, which is causing Ruksha property increases there, and pain will be severe condition. In those conditions, which is the commonest drugs what we can use is that which blocks the pain. Mainly, we can use Shita Sheka Dravyas there, because it is a Ushna, it is a poison is always of a Ushna Virya predominant. It is of a Ushna Virya predominant than Ruksha predominant. It is a Ushna Virya predominant, Snigdhatva will be there in that, more Ushna predominant there. So it has to be protected with the Pitta Shamaka Dravyas has to be considered more, where it will be more useful in Pitta Shamaka Dravya, Pindathaila, which can be an external application. To certain extent I am talking, because I have not handled as such the toxin creation. Why I should say that? But what I can say is that their Rakta and Ushna properties increase there. There you better adopt Shita property without getting aggravation of Ushna there, Shita property has to be used so that Madhura and Tikta Kashaya Dravyas can be adopted, whatever it may be. Visha Dravyas which are having of Madhura and Tikta Kashaya predominant Dravyas can be adopted, which will have a wonderful result in reducing the pain wise.
Thank you, sir. The next question, is there any difference between Prasupti and Supti? The significance of pra has got any clinical significance?
Prasukti, Sukti, definitely it has a significance, but right now, in which manner I have to explain them, I'm not sure right now. But I can, if they can, you can just give me my mail ID or phone number, I will contact them, or they let them contact me. I will tell by looking into this. In which manner I have to explain, it takes time to understand and to explain, madam. Sorry. Right now,
Yeah, sure,
I'm
sir.
not.
Thank you, sir. The next question, can Sira Marmas be correlated to nerves?
Absolutely no. It can never be considered with the Sira Marmas with the nerves. Sometimes, to certain extent, Snayu Marmas can be related with the nerves to certain extent, because the functions of Snayu Marmas are Bharanara Sahata, which bears the weight of the person. And we are able to stand erect only because of the nerves function only. When nerves are functioning properly, you are able to stand erect because muscles have been holded. You have the muscles which are functioning to prevent the fall of the muscle, to prevent thing falling from our standing posture. Especially when nerves have been damaged, the muscle loses its strength. So you are not able to stand erect, or you are not able to walk properly. So Snayu marmas are more close related to the nerves than Sira marmas. But Sira marmas can cause damage to the nerves, as what happens in the diabetic conditions. Diabetic nephropathy is that where blood supply is lost to the nerves. There, damage is occurred due to the blood loss. Nutrition lackage is causing damage to the nerves. Nerves will be damaged. So that also can have effect over the nerves. But Sira marmas can directly related with nerves. It is not practically. I don't think so. It is perfect in relating the Sira marmas directly with the nerves. But to certain extent, you can relate with the Snayu marmas. But it is also not 100% perfect, as there are 4 types of snayus are there, but you don't have different types of nerves as such. Okay, man. So it is better understand the functions what he has explained. It may be snayu marma or sira marma also. You find some of the neurological changes are there in sira marma, or neurological changes also seen in snayu marma, or it is also seen in mamsa marma also sometimes. So based on that, whatever the nerve damage, wherever the vastu, whatever vastu it may be, you can able to treat them by considering about the vata predominant only. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, sir. The last question, whether Basti Chikitsa can be done as Charaka as mentioned in Trimarmiya Siddhi Adhyaya.
Absolutely. That's what. All the Vasti Upakrama, everything has to be adopted in Marma Chikitsa. Without Vasti, you can never treat any Vata Vyadis very perfectly. It is must that Vasti has to be administered in any state, at any level. You will have a wonderful result because it reaches to the Pakwashaya. The Vasti's main action is on the Pakwashaya. So Pakwashaya is the Moolasthana of Vatasthana. So the governing part itself you are cleaning. So naturally it becomes easy to govern the Vata in a right way. So Bastis must to be adopted. But what type of Basti and in which condition you have to consider, that is more important. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you so much, sir. And that's the end of question and answer session. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, madam.
Now I invite Dr. Surabhi E.R., Assistant Professor, Department of Rachna Sharira, Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, to deliver the vote of thanks.
A warm good evening to all of you. It's a privilege and a great joy for me to extend a vote of thanks at this occasion. First of all, I would like to express sincere thanks to Dr. Vinod Alapati sir for giving an excellent coverage to perception of Sadhya Pranahara Marmas in contemporary period. Marmas, as you all know, form one of the main pillars of Ayurvedic thought and practice. The way you explained this topic was exemplary, sir. We appreciate having this mysterious area clarified. Your interest, depth of understanding, and knowledge on all topics on Sharira has always been thought provoking and mesmerizing. Thank you, sir, for an enlightening presentation and for taking time to provide us with the timely information. An event like this cannot happen overnight. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of very motivated and dedicated colleagues and students of Ayurveda College, Coimbatore. Let me thank the delegates who have responded so well to our invitation to participate in the webinar. We look forward to welcoming you all again in our next session. Thank you, one and all.
Thank you, ma'am. Now, I cordially invite Dr. Sudhir Raj N, Principal, Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, to share a few words. Over to you, sir. Sir, could you please unmute yourself, sir?
Yeah. Hello. Okay.
Yes, sir.
I,
You're audible.
you have covered all the aspect of marma, conceptual part, and all anatomical relations. Everything you have explained, and all the Sadhya Pranahara Marma and its relations with Pancha Mahabhutas, especially the Agni Mahabhuta importance, everything well explained. And so the importance of Sadhya Pranahara Marma is very clear to all the audience, I think, now. So actually it is a differently, actually, even though we studied Marma, I think everybody may not be understood in this approach, because different people will be having different approach, and by that only our thinking capacity will be increasing. So it is a very thought-provoking class. So in the clinical relevance as well as the medicine, means treatment, how to do treatment and everything, its relation with the Vata especially, because all the Marma Abhigata will lead to Vata Vyadhi in later stage. So that is very important in clinical practice. So very well explained all the aspect of Marma. Thank you very much, Vinod. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you,
And
Sudhir.
thank you. Yeah. Thank you for participating. All the participants also I thank in the name of Ayurveda College, Coimbatore, and all Samsiddhi team. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, sir. It is not even the beginning of the end, but it is perhaps the end of the beginning. See you all in the next session on 25th of July, tomorrow morning, 10 a.m. by Dr. Chand Kiran Saluja, Sanskrit Promotion Foundation, Delhi, on the topic Ayurveda and Sanskrit. To know more about our updates, please do stay connected with our social platform. And that's all for today's most interesting sessions, with a lot of new information for us to close our eyes with thought-provoking knowledge. Thank you all for joining us today. Thank you. Good night.